don't misunderstand me. I think blacks have plenty of reason to be, you know, traditionally, based on history, angry at whites that have oppressed them. But you claim that you're not a black supremacist group. Now, there seems to be in fact, the very thing of saying, you know, that God is black, God is terrible, God is Yahweh.
Misnomer to think that skin color is superior on its basis, and that this accounts for mentality and intellect. I teach my disciples, and I believe and teach personally, that to say that anyone, white, red, yellow, brown, or black, is supreme by virtue of their color is out of order. I don't believe in white supremacy. I don't believe in black supremacy. What I do believe in is supremacy. Being the best that you can be, and be moral and perfect and upright.
What do you think of some of the... I'm going to throw out a couple names to you, and you can just free associate on them. Martin Luther King. How do you feel about him?
There's no reason to speak about a dead man. He's dead. His works speak for themselves. His part in history for his work speaks for itself. So I don't lend myself to diversity or divisiveness within the community. So I have absolutely nothing negative to say about Martin Luther King.
So you feel he was a great leader of the blacks?
Only Yahweh is our rightful leader, our rightful king. And I'm here to extol the greatness of Yahweh. And that until the world remembers that Yahweh is God, until the world acknowledges Yahweh is God, there will be chaos, destruction, kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation, the situation of black devils in Haiti killing other black people, once again proving that it's not just white people that kill people. All over the earth you have people of the same beliefs and the same books. Iraq and Iran fighting and killing each other. On one island, Ireland, you have Protestants and Catholics who both believe in Christianity and Jesus Christ are bombing and killing each other.
Do you foresee a day where the people in Iraq and the people in Iran will say, gee, we have been misguided this whole time. Yahweh Ben Yahweh, that's where it's at. He is God. We bow down to Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Do you see that day coming?
That day is coming for them, the Irish, the Protestants, the Catholics, and all people of the earth.
Can you give me a rough time frame on that? How long do you think that's going to take?
Well, it looks like the War of Armageddon is heating up. The war that's to be fought in the Valley of Jehoshaphat in the Middle East is heating up. These things that's leading to destruction of the peoples of the earth who choose evil over good, seems that there's a showdown coming. So unless they receive me to intervene in behalf of the world, then you're going to see destruction like it's never been on the planet.
So, again, I'm trying to get a specific... Is this going to happen with... When I hesitate to use the term your lifetime, I mean, how long do you perceive yourself as living corporally as opposed to in spirit?
The scriptures teach you that in regard to that time frame, this generation, the generation that hears me speak, and a generation is 40 years in Hebrew. Matthew 24:34 lets you know clearly, within the generation lifetime that I speak, every single word of the scriptures from Genesis to Revelations will be fulfilled.
So we're looking at the immediate future.
You're looking at the immediate future.
I just want to pick up on that last question I asked. Are you going to live forever? When I say you live forever, I don't mean in spirit, I mean corporally. This body that I see in front of me, will you, as you visualize things, will you eventually grow older, age, die, in terms of your body as opposed to your spirit? Because I know your spirit will live forever. Or will you go on in this body forever?
The body's irrelevant. It's quite obvious that I came into this body some years ago, and it's quite obvious due to the color of my beard that it's changing. The body changes. But I come in the name Yahweh, which never changes. The Spirit of Yahweh never changes. Yahweh has always made his appearance from time to time in the presence of the children of Israel. From time to time he did this.
Anybody I know other than, I don't know if Jesus? Was that
of course, Abraham.
Okay.
Yahweh himself appeared with 2 angels to Abraham, and they had dinner together in Genesis what? 18:1 through 5.
You shouldn't need him, you know. You should know that book. That's your book,
I taught him the book.
Oh, I see.
I'm the one who
taught him.
to
remind you. Okay.
Exactly. See, when you're talking to me on one hand, I have him over here I punch his button for the computer of the scriptures I want, while I continue to talk with you without being diverted.
Right.
Yahweh actually walked and talked with Adam in the garden. Yahweh walked with Enoch. Enoch was transliterated, never died. Yahweh actually spoke to Moses. So he appeared from time to time in the flesh. So in the last days, it says that I would come. Some said again, so I'm here.
Will you be this? And just give me a quick one for this, because we got to take a break. If it's going to be a long answer, tell me, and we'll wait till after the break. The question is, will you be here in this body when you are recognized by everybody in the world, or will you have passed on? Your body has passed on. The spirit remains before the world recognizes that you are God. If it's a long answer, tell me, and I'll.
It's
wait
not a
till
long
after.
answer.
Okay. Good.
The scriptures say that every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that I am indeed Yahweh Ben Yahweh.
While you're here. So in other words, they will accept you while you are alive in this body.
Whether they accept me or reject me is really not a problem. Those who receive me will inherit eternal life. Right along with me. John chapter 3 tells you that. Those who reject me will be destroyed and chased off the earth. And they will be chased off in the flesh, in the body.
Okay, we are going to take a short commercial break. Steve Kane on WIOD News Talk Radio 610, the flagship station of... I was going to ask you this, by the way. Is there anything you can do for the Miami Dolphins while you're down here this season? We'll be back after these words. All right, we're back with Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Your newsletter, your group's newsletter is entitled, interestingly enough, Yahweh, correct? You had one that came out in 1985 that was titled Concentration Camps for Blacks. In that newsletter, you asserted that the White House was setting up concentration camps for blacks at 4 military installations. The newsletter stated, quote, the Hitler death camps was a nice little party in light of what the white man plans for the dark-skinned people. Also, you went on here to say, look at the white man's false Christianity. This white devil did not want our people to strike back at him. Therefore, these white devils condemned an eye for an eye and a life for a life in their false Christian religion, because our 50 million black people might get a life for a life. Concentration camps for blacks.
That came out, I think, around 84. Also, I think the Contra hearings, Lieutenant Colonel North, when he was being questioned, this came up as a question on the open floor. And when it was brought up as an open question, they immediately hushed that question to take it into closed session to be discussed only as top secret in closed session, which gave validity.
And it did. Well, in fact, as I recall, and it's a vague recollection, it actually did come out that was exactly that the administration did have a contingency plan in case there were, riots or, in a case of a civil emergency or whatever it was, that they had detention centers to put the people who were causing problems. So that was in a way kind of prophetic, which is not surprising since you're a prophet. The Yahweh newsletter entitled "Don't Murder Your Baby," that was a pamphlet on abortion. Is that correct? You people are opposed to abortion.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
by the way, before you get to that question, in your reading of a statement, the concentration camps, I want to say two things about that. One, it has indeed subsequently been used, and the concentration camps are full in sections around Texas, Arizona, coming from California, into those areas called illegal aliens. And they have done mass sweeps and taken as many as 10, 20, 40, 50,000 people at a time. And they're languishing in those places now, according to some reports that I've heard. They haven't been deported, so they're being swept.